Hi, Madahunt. It's Miss Swenson. Today I'm here to talk to you about a very important kind of word. We're going to talk today about prepositions.
A preposition is a word that links a noun to other words in the sentence. It tells how they go together. It might tell when something happened, but most often we use it to tell where something is. So that's what we're going to practice today.
Now that we know what a preposition is, let's see them in action. I'm going to use my friends, the PJ Masks, to show us how prepositions can expand our thoughts and tell us more about where an object is. The first preposition we'll talk about today is in. When something is in something else, it's surrounded by that thing. Gekko is in the box. The opposite of in is out. Gekko is out of the box. He's not in it anymore. When something is on something else, it is actually touching it. Owlette is on the block. On. The opposite of on is off. Owlette is off the block. Now she's not touching it anymore. Off. Our next preposition is over. When something is over something else, it means it's higher than something else. Notice when something is over, it's not actually touching it. Catboy is over the block. Another preposition that means the same thing is above. Catboy is above the block. Both over and above mean higher than. The opposite of over is under. When something is under something else, it is lower than that thing. Catboy is under the red block. Another preposition that means the same thing as under is below. Catboy is below the red block. If you want to get really fancy and impress your family and friends, you can use the preposition beneath to mean lower than. Catboy is beneath the red block. So 3 prepositions that all help us tell when something is lower than something else are under, below, and beneath. Another prepositional phrase that we can use to tell where a noun is next to. Gekko is next to Owlette. Owlette is next to Gekko. Another preposition that means the same thing is beside. Beside is just a fancy way of saying next to. Gekko is beside Owlette. Owlette is beside Gekko. Our next preposition is between. Between is a fancy way of saying in the middle of. Romeo is between Owlette and Catboy. Between. Another really helpful prepositional phrase is in front of. In front of tells when something is closer to you than the object it's near. Owlette is in front of the block. The opposite of in front of is in back of. Owlette is in back of the block, meaning she's farther away from you than the block is. Another fancy way of saying in back of is behind. Owlette is behind the block. Last but not least, we can use prepositions to talk about where things travel, not just where they are at the current moment. For example, we can use the word around to talk about where Catboy travels. Catboy went around the bridge. Another preposition that works the same way is through. Catboy went through the bridge. We could also say Catboy went under the bridge. Both of those correctly tell where he traveled. Now it's your turn for some practice. See if you can look at the picture and fill in the missing preposition from the sentence. Romeo is blank Owlette and Catboy. Romeo is between Owlette and Catboy. Owlette is blank the block. Owlette is in back of the block. Or you could say Owlette is behind the block. Catboy is blank the block. Catboy is over the block. Or you could say Catboy is above the block. Owlette is blank the block. Owlette is on the block. Gekko is blank the box. Gekko is in the box. Great job, everyone! I hope you enjoyed yourself and that you'll practice using these prepositions to expand your sentences when you're listening and writing, and give more detail about where things are. See you soon!